What's up, guys? It's Friday. Thursday. No, it's Thursday. Yeah. What am I thinking? Spring break. I had it all this week. Watching some His and Hers on ESPN 2. Pretty decent show. I don't know why they keep changing the name of it. Just doesn't make sense. Topic of the hour: Justin Verlander starting the season on the DL. Whether he was going to start the season with the Tigers or not, it wouldn't have made a difference. The Tigers aren't going to be good this year. They'll be okay. They can hit, but they lost Porcello. They lost Scherzer. They've got another year under Verlander's belt, and you can tell he's hurt already. All right, they got Anibal Sanchez, who was okay last year. Alfredo Simon, right when he came to Detroit in the AL, he didn't do very well. So, I don't know why people think their bullpen's still garbage. Who's going to be their closer? Al Albuquerque? Oh wait, I forgot. It's going to be the 48-year-old Joe Nathan. The Indians have that division set. The Indians, if they don't win that division, then they would be the biggest disappointment in my life. They just deserve that division. They're stacked. They even got Brandon Moss, which Brandon Moss is probably the best move they've made the last 5 years, other than letting Shin-Soo Choo go. And thank God Masterson didn't sign to that extension because he looked god awful last year. But that's not what you guys are watching my video. So I got one package today, eBay pickup for my set. Actually, I know it's been a while since I've got some set pickups. I came along with some money. I sold some stuff on eBay, and so I got one card. This is actually gonna go with my. It could go under Indians PC too, I guess. But card number 106, Kenny Lofton. Nice white patch right there. I'm watching a Willie McCovey. There's Willie McCovey I'm watching. A Tony Gwynn actual orange patch, which is really sweet. And a Catfish Hunter. Those are the latest ones. I missed a Jim Thome one. Went for like $4. They're really disappointed about that one. But I bought a really nice one that will be coming in soon. And I got some other Sosa stuff. Which leads me to this. I did some more research on the whole Sosa steroids thing. And he might have done steroids, but he was a hell of a player, and I can't take that away from him. He took advantage of something that the MLB wasn't testing for. So if anything, they're in one way they're doing something bad, but they took advantage of the system, which I fault Major League Baseball for that. They should have paid attention more to steroids right off the bat, and this whole thing wouldn't have came together. But so I was looking more into his steroid case and all that, because I thought I knew most about, but there's some things I learned. One thing was, in that 2003 survey test, they didn't even have the drug that they were tested for written down. I find that kind of odd. Like, how do you even know it was a legal substance they were taking if they didn't know? If Major League Baseball, I don't even think Major League Baseball ever got that list of who got tested positive. They only found out a few of them. And first of all, they didn't have what they're tested positive for. They didn't even have the drug. And this is on ESPN. You can look this up on ESPN. But yeah, I thought that was quite interesting. And a couple other things, Sosa did take another test in 2004 and said he was clean. So I won't. Whether he did do steroids or not, I still respect the guy. Great player. Him and Bonds both. You got to think about it. Steroids, yeah, they probably helped him somewhat, but you still got to have the talent. You can't just you can't just put steroids in any person and then they go hit 800 or over 600 home runs. You still have to have a hell of a lot of skill. I mean, it's and unfortunately, it's one thing about this country that I'm not a big fan of. We're quite ignorant when it comes to stuff. We are an ignorant country, I believe. We're a great country. I love the United States of America. I'm trying to join the military, but we're so ignorant sometimes. Right when someone gets accused of something, they're already guilty. We don't care if they're guilty or not, or they're guilty. If their name was mentioned with steroids, oh, we shouldn't even vote them. I mean, it's a shame that Sammy will never get in the Hall of Fame because, like I said earlier, he took advantage of the system and he was successful with it, and they weren't testing. So I fault MLB for that a lot, and so that's all I got for you guys today. I know, Wesker Griff, you always leave a message, stating your opinion about it. And I get it. Everybody's got their opinions, and everybody's got what they think, what they know, and it's, hey, everybody's got an opinion. That's what's great about this country, too. You can state your opinion, freedom of speech. So, alright, guys, thanks for watching. Kenny Lofton for the set. I think that's number 30. I think I have 30 now for this set out of 117 or something like that. So it's a good start. Been noticing a lot more patches popping up lately. I know there's a Ricky Henderson patch. It was a really nice Seattle patch, it was the whole Seattle logo, and it went for like $30. And my dad showed it to me the other day, and he bought it. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. He's like, I'm keeping this one, and I'm like, oh, all right. So he's got 3 nice ones. I think that one's better than his Century set patch, numbered at 21, because usually those are nicer than the base ones or the other sets. Because there's a bronze, a silver, a platinum, and then there's a blue. Or the platinum blue are the same, excuse me. But, yeah, he picked that one up. He has an Edgardo Alfonso that has the Mets. It says Mets in it. It's really nice. And he has a Shannon Stewart Nike swoosh. All base cards. I'm starting to see a lot more patches pop up. Like the Tony Gwynn base patch. I mean, they're all patches, really. I mean, like this one, this is a patch. I'm pretty sure it's a patch. Yeah, it's definitely a patch. But, a lot of times, sometimes it's jersey, just plain jersey, which, it's so cool because it's part of the set. I mean, I can always upgrade if I see a better one down the road. But, I really like the old style jerseys. Like the Catfish Hunter's a nice, gray, old school, old jersey. The William McCovey's an awesome orange, nice bright orange. So thanks guys for watching. Baseball, opening day Sunday, or Monday, next Monday, opening day. Indians open their season to get at Houston. Like I said, I'm expecting big things from the Indians this year. Kluber, I think he'll put up another Cy Young season. Will he get it? I don't know. I know you guys thought, a couple people said Chris Sale should have won it. Hey, I wouldn't have had a problem with Chris Sale winning it. Chris Sale's an unbelievable pitcher. But I had to root for my hometown dude. Kluber just came from under the radar. The year before last year, he had a pretty good year, but I think he got hurt towards the end. He didn't really get hurt. He hurt his hamstring or something, or his quad, and he ended up sitting out the last couple. But he had a pretty good year. The guy's 28 already. I mean, he's like more of a late bloomer. But I think he'll have another good year. Michael Brantley will bat above 300, hit over 20 home runs, and the one thing I'm really disappointed about baseball is, me and my dad are thinking about going to National, or we are going to National one way or the other in Chicago, and we're looking at all the people that are going to be there signing, and I'm like, man, I want to do a St. Louis Cardinals full-size batting helmet. Get Bob Gibson, Steve Carlton, Ozzie Smith, and Lou Brock on it. Older players. And, and then you see all the newer players that are going to be out there, and I'm just not excited about it. I think it's because the talent level of baseball has decreased so much. And don't tell me pitching has evolved, because it hasn't. There have been great pitching all. If anything, pitching's got worse. Because now we think a person with a 4 or a high 3 ERA is pretty good. You know, baseball, my dad showed me this card. It was from 1987, stolen bases leaders, I believe. It had Ron LaFleur and Ricky Henderson on it. I don't know if it's 87 or not. It might have been. And it gave you like the top 10 of each league, stolen bases. We get a Woody if someone gets 20 stolen bases. I mean, they didn't even make the top 10 list if they got 20 stolen bases. I mean, there are people with 80, 70, 60, and baseball has changed, and I really wish. I told my dad this the other day. I really wish I lived through the era and watched the players that he did, because I mean they were just fantastic. I mean Piazza, Bagwell, Ozzie Smith, Albert Bell, Jim Thome. When they were young in their prime, George Brett, Paul Molitor, Robin Yount, Mike Schmidt. I mean all those guys. Me and him were talking, and I'm like, who are the people I can look back in my life and say, hey, I watched them play, or I got to see their career. And baseball-wise, I think I said Albert Pujols, McCutchen, Trout. I'm not even going to count Bryce Harper or Yasiel Puig because they haven't proved that much to me that they're going to be bona fide great players, guaranteed. But Trout, I can tell Trout will be pretty good. But Kershaw, that's about it. Because you can see people get like 2 great years in a row, like Verlander. He was great for like 3 years. But look at him last year. He was horrible. And the year before that, he wasn't really that good anyways. So it's kind of like, it's not even very, I mean, Roger Clemens, Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa. I mean, I have more respect for the older players than I do the current players. I just do. And then you guys got all these people that will go up to bat and they're lefties, and people put the shift on, and they're too ignorant. This is another thing of ignorance. They're too ignorant to hit it opposite field when there's a giant hole, or bunt it down the third baseline where no one's going to go get it. They intend on pulling the ball. They pull it. I don't get what they're trying to prove. All right, you can hit 20 bombs. I don't want you batting 250. I don't want my guy. I don't consider a guy batting 250 a good baseball player at all. I don't care how many home runs you hit. If you hit 250, that's not good enough for me. You got to bat for now's day and era, batting like 270 is pretty good. That's a pretty solid baseball player right there. That's sad. That is very sad to me, because me and my dad talked about this back in the day. You weren't good unless you batted 300. And you saw Sammy Sosa. He had 60-something home runs, and he was still batting over 300. You can bat over 300 and have home runs. That's not the problem. And he had over 20 stolen bases. I think he had 30 one year. But, I mean, it's just, like I said, it's a hard thing to get used to. Football-wise, it's a little bit different. I mean, I'm going to be able to be lucky enough to see. I saw all Peyton Manning with the Colts. I outgrew 3 Peyton Manning jerseys throughout my life. I mean, I've rooted Peyton on his whole career. I'm going to see the whole Andrew Luck thing. And I really wish I could have saw John Elway. I hear everybody talk about Joe Montana, how great he was, and how he's the greatest quarterback ever. Honestly, Super Bowl rings they're not good. That's not good enough for me to consider you the greatest of all time. That means you're just on a very good football team. Dan Marino. Okay, he has 1 Super Bowl ring. Does he? Yeah, he has 1 Super Bowl ring, doesn't he? Yeah, I think he did. But what he hasn't. I consider him top 5. Most people don't because he only has 1 Super Bowl ring. Joe Montana. Everybody thinks Joe Montana is the greatest quarterback ever just because he has so many Super Bowl rings. I'm sorry. Peyton Manning's better than Joe Montana in my eyes. He is. I didn't get to see him play. I've seen Peyton Manning play. I don't think anyone can top Peyton Manning or Tom Brady. Tom Brady is the only person that could probably top Peyton Manning. Then it's probably Drew Brees. I'm lucky enough I got to see the end of Drew Brees, or like the middle to end. I don't really remember much from him as a Charger. But running backs too. Running backs, that's a tough one there. Because, Arian Foster, I thought he was going to be the next big thing, but then he's been hurt. Running backs are such a hard thing to come by now, these days, just because can they stay healthy? Le'Veon Bell, I really hope Le'Veon Bell has a great year. I bought that Michigan State signed jersey of him at National last year. I'm banking he's going to put up a career. I'm hoping he'll put up a career because it's hard. I mean, I give people credit, the older running backs. I mean, Earl Campbell, Tony Dorsett, Barry Sanders, Walter Payton, Gale Sayers, legends like that. They put up a career, and they stayed healthy. You don't see that anymore. I can't name you. Steven Jackson did it for a while. I give him that, but now he's not doing good at all. But, sorry guys, I rambled off a lot. Hope you guys have a good Easter. Whether you're religious or not, just enjoy the day. I'm not the most religious, but I'm technically Irish Catholic, so I gotta kind of celebrate it. But thanks guys for watching. Please subscribe. Please leave comments. Let me know what you think. Thanks.